Everybody, I'm sending out a video tonight with a series of reminders. I have been receiving a lot of emails today about the guidelines for this speech, and I am getting ready to go through those. But I do need to take a minute to just say that I really, really need you guys to look through the materials that I provided for you before reaching out to me. I know that this is a crazy stressful time and it's overwhelming and nothing feels normal. But I can't tell you how much time in a day I spend answering questions that you could have found yourself on Canvas. That is in no way to discourage you from reaching out to me when you genuinely have a question. I am always here to help you work through those things. But when it comes to deadlines, specifics about speeches that are written in the assignment sheet, it is really frustrating to have to sit down and make a video at 9 o'clock at night when I've been working on and off all day, when you could have either found these in the Canvas modules, previous videos, previous emails, or if you've been present on lecture days where we had discussed it. So I'm going to go through this, but I think it's important to remember that I understand how stressed out you are. I promise you, your instructors are feeling the same. So please offer us the same amount of patience and grace that hopefully your instructors are offering you. Okay, now that I've said that. Okay, so sorry, and if I'm looking down, I'm just referencing my notes to make sure I'm covering everything that was asked of me. So, in terms of your persuasive speeches, they are 6.5 to 8 minutes long. You need 4 sources. That was originally 5 when we were going to include an interview, but the interview was taken off the table because of our current situation. So 4 sources, that also means that you need 4 verbal citations for each of those sources. Review guidelines on verbal citations and what it looks like to do an in-text citation. All of that information can be found for you on Canvas. You do need a PowerPoint. It's going to be 5 slides at least, plus a title slide. I don't determine what's on your PowerPoint. You determine that because you are developing your speech. I would prefer if I could see your PowerPoint while you are speaking. So if you could have a computer up while you're recording, that'd be cool. If that's not possible, you have to submit your PowerPoint on Canvas anyway. So I will pull it up and I will look through it as you are speaking. You are also all required to utilize Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. That's a 5-step organizational pattern, and all of the information that you need to understand that pattern can be found in the PowerPoint for the Persuasive Speech chapter. It can be found on the assignment sheet, and it can also be found in your book. So between what I've covered and also what's available for you, you should have a good understanding of that pattern. When it comes to speaking notes, you are required to send me your speaking notes. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You are going to take a picture of your speaking notes, of all of your speaking notes, and you are going to send them to me. You're either going to send them to me by attaching them to your final outline when you submit it. You can send it to me via email. Or I have my phone number listed on Canvas. If it's easier, send me a text with your speaking notes. But remember, I don't have any of your numbers. So if you're going to do that, then you need to make sure you're telling me who you are so that I can, and preferably if you could say your name and also the section of the class you're in, so that I can make sure that your notes get attached to your actual speech. In terms of guidelines for the speaking notes, these have not changed. So 40 to 50 words per section. What I mean by that is component of your speech. So 40 to 50 words for the introduction, 40 to 50 words for each of those main points, the need, satisfaction, and visualization, and then 40 to 50 words for the conclusion. You can obviously exclude the attention getter, thesis, memorable close, and any of your direct quotations and corresponding verbal citations like we've been doing the entire semester. Now I have had people say, Candace, I can't fit all of that on a note card. Well, then use some extra note cards if you need to have, your verbal citations on there. What matters to me is that it's just the 40 to 50 words for each of those components of your speech aside from your direct quotations. Okay, and then when it comes to recording, you need to record in front of an audience of 2 people unless you have cleared it with me otherwise. Please do not record your speech tomorrow in front of nobody and say, well, I just couldn't find somebody and not reach out to me prior. That is not acceptable. Okay. So if there is a situation where you can't be in front of more or 2 people or more, then just send me an email before you record and explain to me the situation. What it'll look like is you should record your audience, hand your device to the audience members. They will record you speaking, and then they're going to turn the camera back on themselves to show that they were there the whole time. You do not have to dress up for the speech, but you do have to look decent, right? Only because it's going to change your demeanor. So if that's leggings and a t-shirt, fine. But I wouldn't look like you completely rolled out of bed, just because it's going to impact how you actually deliver your speech. I do want to remind you that you cannot submit the file for your speech onto Canvas. You're going to have to upload that either to Google Drive or to YouTube and then submit the link. Canvas will not accept a file at all. So please make sure that you are avoiding that. Finally, I just have one quick note on a decision that was made by the university, and some of your other professors may have already talked through that. But the university has voted to provide a pass opt-in option for this semester. So essentially what that means is I will continue to submit a letter grade for you in my class. Once the grade is posted, you can either decide to request that the grade be converted to a P, meaning pass, for each individual course that you're taking. You'll only be eligible to do that if you've received a C- or higher. And the reason why you would do that is because it would not impact your GPA. So essentially you don't, it doesn't count towards your GPA, but it does count towards you getting the course requirements, or you get the kind of credits for the class without impacting your GPA. And you can do this on a course by course basis. So you could do this for my class, but not for another one. It really depends on what you're liking, what you're wanting to do. The university wants me, and I just independently would even say, work with your academic advisor to understand the implications of based on your individual academic programs for making this choice. And I do just want to say quickly that the following programs are excluded from this pass opt-in option, just based off of particular program guidelines. So if you're in one of these programs, I'm not sure if it excludes you from any of the classes you're taking or just the classes that contribute to these programs. So I'm going to read through this list, and if it's you, then I would just look into it a little bit further. So dental hygiene, medical assisting, nursing, pre-advanced medical imaging technology, pre-communication sciences and disorders, pre-health education, pre-health professions, pre-mortuary science, radiologic technology, radiation science technology, and veterinary technology. So if you're in one of those programs, all I would say is reach out to whoever your academic advisor is before you make this decision, just to make sure it's not going to impact you being a part of that program. And then I also just want to say that the withdrawal date for spring semester has been extended to Friday, April 24th. It is an option for you, although I would really, really encourage you to work with me if you feel like you're struggling. So just some last minute reminders for the evening. I think that's it. If you guys have any follow-up questions, let me know. If you're having any issues tomorrow, again, let me know. And I really look forward to seeing all of your speeches. So work hard, deliver a good speech, and I'll talk to you guys later.